Hi guys, I'm Chris. I'm the head brewer here at TailGate Brewery. I want to kind of take you on a tour of our production facility. So when you're coming on in here at HQ, normally you're going to come in and to the left you're going to go to our tasting room where you can enjoy our beer and pizza. But I'm going to take you to the right today and I'm going to show you everything that's inside our production facility. So come on with me. So if you've been to any of our other locations throughout town, you'll notice that they're a little bit on the smaller side when it comes to our production side of things. Over at Music Row, you'll see where we make a couple of our ciders throughout the year. Over at East, you're going to see where we make all of our wild and spontaneous and Brett beers. Those are really, really tiny compared to this. So when you're looking here at HQ, when you walk right in, you're going to get to see a couple of things right off the bat. First, you're going to get to see our canning line. So all those cans that you see at each and every one of our locations, that's all done right here. Something else you're going to get to see is our barrel project. So throughout all the winter months, you're going to notice that we're coming out with barrel beers probably once every 2 to 3 weeks. And if you're wondering where those beers actually happen, they happen right here. So we age all these beers on the wall for upwards of a whole entire year. And then we're going to can them so that way you guys get to experience them at all of our locations. Come with me this way. So something I take a lot of pride in here at TailGate is all of the QC that we do in our lab. So in here, we're able to monitor our beer from the time that we brew it all the way until it gets packaged for you guys to enjoy it. All the lab work's done in here. I thought Owen was gonna be in here when we popped on in, but I think he's taking care of one of the tanks on the other side of the brewery. So let's go check out the rest of the brewery. Here's what we call our DME side of our production facility. The reason why we call it the DME side of our facility is our 50-barrel brew house that we got over here. I'm quickly going to take us up there really quick so you can see what it looks like from the brew deck. Then we'll keep on with the tour. Sorry, I'm used to climbing those stairs pretty quickly. So up here is where all of our brewers are going to brew all the beer that you're used to seeing all throughout the state of Tennessee. So up here we're brewing 10 Gold, Orange Wheat, Peanut Buttermilk Stout, Southeast IPA, and then our seasonal beers like Pumpkin Spice Latte, Hashtag Basic. That's all brewed up here. So this is our 50-barrel brew house, and you get a kind of cool view of the overview of the whole entire place. You get to see just how big and spacious it really is. But I just wanted you to get a taste of what it's like up here on the brew deck, so follow me down the steps now. So here we are in what we call the cellar of the brewery. So the cellar is just meaning that that's where all of our fermentation and all of our packaging is happening. So we got our big 200-barrel fermenters right here. But then we even got our 15-barrel small bright tanks right here, plus a couple fermenters. The team's really pretty cool where most of our fermenters are numbered. Sometimes we give it a cool little name. It is a little tight and it feels a little tight back here, but I think that's why they probably call it the cellar. So in order for anybody to be able to enjoy any of the beers that we make here at TailGate, we got to put it into something, right? So if you look right over my shoulder here, we got both our kegs and our cans. So if you come in here at any point in time, this is about as empty as it's ever looked for the past year, but this is normal, just having mountains and mountains of cans and kegs. Got a lot of work to do in order to get that into the package. So if you look right over here, it's kind of like sometimes an unglorious side of brewing, but if we don't keg that beer up and we don't clean those kegs and fill those kegs, you guys don't get to enjoy that beer, and that's what they're doing right over here. They're taking 10 kegs at a time, they're cleaning them and getting ready them to fill, so that way you guys can enjoy something like our tree series inside them. Kind of an exciting time here at TailGate. Right now we got a new 15-barrel brew house. So all those one-off beers and all those series beers that we do, all of our barrel project beers, our trees beers, our schnack beers, any of the ones that are one-offs that you get to enjoy in the tap rooms. Previously that was made on our 8-barrel system, which is still over on the other side. But really cool, we're getting really close to launching our brand new 15-barrel system. So we're just testing out the steam over here right now to make sure that everything works properly, so hopefully in a couple of weeks we can fire that thing up. I gotta say there's a lot of things that happen here at Tailgate that the brewers do and all of our cellar people do and anybody that helps us out on the production side does. But there's also a couple unsung heroes that we got over here in the brewery, including people like Andrew right over here, who's in charge of all of our maintenance department here. Honestly, without these guys, I don't think you guys are getting the beer at the consistent frequency that you are right now. So this is that 8-barrel brew house that I was talking about where all of our delicious one-off beers come out of. And if you take a peek inside, you can see both Jared and Ben are in there right now brewing away. Right now they're actually brewing up one of our trees beers. So it's going to be called Hop and Smoke. So maybe by the time that this is hitting the airwaves, you'll be able to try it. If not, I hope you did. Well, that's the tour for here at HQ. But like I said, we got 2 other production facilities across town. So what I want to do is I want to pass you off to Trey. He's the manager over at our Music Row location where we produce cider, but we also serve you guys delicious beer, pizza, and cider. So I just want to pass you guys right off to Trey so you can see what his facility's like.
Thanks, Chris. Hi guys, my name is Trey. I'm the general manager here at Tailgate Brewery Music Row. Music Row is the home to Nashville's first craft cidery. Come on in, let me show you guys around. All of our tap rooms, they're not just satellite tap rooms, but they all have production areas in them. And when we opened the Music Row tap room here, we knew that we did want to bring in a production element. And so we built out this little corner of the bar space here where we were able to add this railing and bring our fermenters in and ultimately be able to produce something mere inches from where it's going to be sold. And this is far and away the most simple piece of production equipment that we have here at Tailgate. All we have here is a 3-barrel fermenter and an 8-barrel fermenter. And this is where all of our cider production for our specialty ciders takes place. How the process kind of works is it's actually fairly simple, especially compared to brewing beer. There's no heat, there's no production of the wort like we have with beer to then turn that wort and those sugars ultimately into alcohol. With cider production, it's all fermentation. What we do here is we have the production team come from the headquarters building and they come down and they load these guys up with our special apple juice blend that's custom made just for us in the Pacific Northwest. We load that up with that juice blend, put some yeast and some nutrients in this, and let that yeast go to work producing alcohol. Once we've added those back sweeteners and the flavorings, from there, just like beer, we hook up the CO2, carbonate the cider, and then keg it off and tap it right here on our tap wall. Thank you so much for stopping by our Music Row location here. We hope to see you down here on Demumbrian Street, right by the naked statue in the near future. Now let's go ahead and throw it over to our buddy Lucas over at Tailgate East Nashville.
Thanks, Trey. I'm Lucas Siegel, Assistant Taproom Manager for Tailgate Brewery. Over here at the East Nashville Tap Room, we make our wild sours. Let's go check out the production facility. Welcome in. Over here, we work with mixed and wild fermentation and spontaneous fermentation. It's the new, very old way of brewing beer. If you come over here, you'll actually see a series of wooden barrels. These wooden barrels are coming from different brewing facilities all around the world. We actually get port wine barrels. We have some Buffalo Trace barrels, which we have something really fun planned for in there. We're using these to get unique qualities out of the barrels while we make our beer. Once we have our beer out of these, it's gonna come over here into this Grundy tank. The Grundy is a full function tank. You can do fermentation in there. We don't use ours for fermentation very often, but you absolutely can. Instead, we use ours to cold crash our beer and to condition it.
Hey Lucas, sorry for the interruption. Just wanted to butt in. We're doing some really cool, exciting stuff here over at East Nashville. and I just wanted to give the perspective from the brewing side of things. Being that we aren't able to manufacture any of the product here on site, everything gets made at HQ, tossed on the truck, transported over here, and then transferred into our vessels. The same process happens at Music Row. The main difference being Music Row gets cider and seltzer projects, whereas here it's strictly sour and wild fermentation projects. Before I fully sign off here, I'm just gonna make sure quality is up to par. It's a blood orange sour IPA. We just carved it, so it's a little foamy. Man, that's delicious. Thank you, Lucas. Back to you.
This tank actually has a lining all the way inside it where we can completely control the temperature of it. We can bring the temperature from room temperature down into that cold crash territory where then it's ideal for us to add in the fruit and let the beer sit on that fruit and absorb some of that fruit flavor. The other barrel over here in the corner is called a fooder. You can think of a fooder as a giant cast iron skillet. This thing never gets completely cleaned out, but we actually want it to retain the flavor of everything that ever gets made in there, so that every single new beer is actually kind of a testament to the beers that came before it. So here, we'll actually put that wort that we get from our pilot brewery at headquarters, and then we'll add in the Brett. We let it sit in here for about 5 months. You're hoping to pick up those qualities from the wood and the qualities from that natural, slow, room temperature fermentation. The big qualities you're gonna get there are gonna be funky. One of my favorite pours that we have ever had is this blackberry, blackcurrant, and raspberry fruited Brett. It is just an absolutely gorgeous beer, and oh man, it tastes even better than it looks. It is just a delicious sip.
Hey guys, it's Kelskin, production manager here at Tailgate. Apparently you've seen everything inside, you've seen everything get packaged, and now I'm showing you what it looks like when it's leaving the facility. So we wheel out pallets of cans and kegs to this dock right here. We distribute it to Music Row, to East. We also have other bigger distributors that'll come and pick up stuff for us, and that goes all over the place. Whatever liquor store you can go buy Tailgate in. After we're brewing and we have some spent grains, we actually have a relationship with a farmer, a local farmer that'll come, that's his truck right there. He'll come take the spent grains and go feed cows with it. He fertilizes with it too, I'm sure. But we recycle our spent grains that way. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for taking a tour of our production facility. That's it for us. Time to go. You know where you're parked, right?